God bless everyone who's watching me right about now. I have an amazing word just for you. Remember that this word is for someone who's watching me right about now. This word is right for you. Some of you, this word is a word of confirmation. To others, this word is a word of direction. My dear brothers and sisters, some of you, you have been in a state of confusion. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. You don't know what word to speak. My brothers and sisters, I present you this word. The word is, before you do anything, inquire from the Lord. Before you move to another location, before you accept that offer, that invitation that was presented to you, first inquire from the Lord. Does the Lord want you to move? Does the Lord want you to take up that position? Before actually you relocate to another state, another country, inquire from the Lord. Maybe the state and location you are going to relocate to, it is dangerous, filled with enemies, filled with crime. So inquire from the Lord. Before you take your friend's advice, inquire from the Lord. Before you take that advice from your family, from your company, inquire from the Lord. What does the Lord have to say about you? Before you take that advice from the doctor, that report, what does God say about your health? What does God say about your situation? It is always important to inquire from the Lord. My dear brothers and sisters, I want to read you a scripture of a great man of God who always inquired from the Lord before he went to battle. He wanted to know what God says about his life. He wanted to know the outcome of his battle. This scripture is from the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 5, verse 19 to 21. 2 Samuel, chapter 5, verse 19 to 21. And it reads, So David inquired of the Lord, saying, Shall I go up against the Philistines? Will you deliver them into my hand? And the Lord said to David, Go up, for I will doubtlessly deliver the Philistines into your hand. So David went to Baal Perazim, and David defeated them there. And he said, The Lord has broken through my enemies before me, like a breakthrough of water. Therefore, he called the name of that place Baal Perazim. And they left their images there. And David and his men carried them away. What a powerful word. What an awesome, powerful word. That the scripture talks about this man called David. That before he went to battle, he always inquired from the Lord. He wanted to know what God says about him. He did not inquire from people. Some of you are inquiring from the wrong source, from the wrong media. You have sought out things that are not accepted by God. It is always important that you inquire from the Lord. Scripture says that he said that, Shall I go up against the Philistines? Will you deliver them into my hand? And the Lord said to David, Go up, for I will doubtlessly deliver the Philistines into your hands. Some of you, you need a word from God. God assured David that he will doubtlessly deliver the Philistines into his hands. My brothers and sisters, some of you, God is about to deliver your enemies into your hands. I may not know what Philistine you are facing against. Some of you, you may be facing against death. You may be facing against co-workers, diabolic ones in nature, who are always picking up on you, who are always accusing you. Some of you court cases are piled up, from one court case to another court case, from one divorce to another divorce, from one problem to another problem, from one financial problem to another financial problem. But the word that God gave to David was a word of confirmation that God was going to deliver his enemies into his hands. Your enemies will be into your hands. Into your hands. Not far away from you. They will be into your hands. Now the scripture says, so David went to Baal-perazim, and David defeated them there. And he said, the Lord has broken through my enemies before me, like a breakthrough of water. David spoke of this. God will break through your enemies. They will not be able to handle you. Some of your enemies actually have set up fortresses. They have set up strongholds against you, but God is going to break through them. They will not be able to overcome you. The scripture says in verse 21, and they left their images there, and David and his men carried them away. In other words, David and his men were able to loot their adversaries. I decree and declare that the wealth of the wicked will be transferred to you. There is going to be a wealth transfer. Some of you are going to experience it right now as I speak. Wealth transfer. Someone who stole something from you, you shall loot him. You shall regain what was taken to you from you. And actually, you are going to gain even double, 10 times, 7 times, 10 times. Because God is going to do it for you. My dear brothers and sisters, I end this message with, before you do anything, inquire from the Lord. Because God is your strength. God is your shield. God is your help in times of trouble. Not your family, not your friends, not your colleagues, not your workplace, not your country, but God will help you. Until next time, shalom.